Cheers, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
And thanks for coming for our Friday night hangout tonight.
Yeah. Got a couple fun things planned.
We do.
So Charles had sent us a couple blinds. We did one. We're going to do the second one. I kind of messed them up, so hopefully this one's right. We talked earlier this week, so I think we got it figured out, maybe.
I think most importantly, future blinds are foolproof.
Yes. So future blinds from Charles have came sealed.
Vacuum
sealed.
Shona
so
proof.
that I do not mess them up. Thank you, Charles.
So let me head into the chat here. We've got a few people checking in with us here. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes.
Bourbon and Balls. I'm not sure if he's still here because his first comment was a couple hours ago. So,
he just wanted to be first.
Cheers, Charles. Stephen. Let's see here. Dave Vogelsang. Cheers to you, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight. And a little old fashioned. Cheers. Joe B. Life from the patio. Thanks for joining us, Big T. How you guys making out with all that snow down there? I saw some pictures from Mr. Ritchie and Mrs. Lori today. I told Mrs. Lori I would send our snow right back to her if she wanted it. There's Bourbon and Balls. Okay, so thanks you guys for joining us.
Did you get Husky Dog?
I did not.
Husky Dog and George and Miss Lori J.
See my thing, it jumped on me, so I missed him. Sorry about that. Cheers, Husky Dog. There's Keith Glandon. Cheers to you. Mrs.
Cheers.
Lori. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said cheers.
Sorry about that. My trackpad jumped ahead on me, and I backed up once, thought I had everybody. Mr. Ritchie.
Guys, Stan.
Stan, cheers to you. Thanks for joining us.
So in addition to doing Charles's blind, Dave has sent us several barrel craft spirits. They're not blinds. We know what they are on here. I obviously we cannot do. Bryan probably could. I cannot do all of them tonight. So I picked 3 out. And so we're going to taste 3 of those after we get done doing the blind. I will tell you, Dave also sent one that was finished in the Amburano barrels, and as soon as I seen that one, I already had to drink that one, and it was really good. So that's one of my favorite finishes. So sorry that one wasn't live. I was anxious to dig into that one.
I think before we start, Becky W., cheers to you. Thanks for joining us. Yesterday we had a mail call from Charles. He had hooked us up with a few things we were looking for. We appreciate that, Charles, always. And he sent several more blinds, like Shona showed you. They were Shona proof.
Yep.
But he also sent something with Miss Shona in mind. And Charles, I practically had to put this under my pillow last night.
He's lying.
Because Shona does not do well with surprises.
I get very, very
She's very anxious.
And
Christmas is terrible.
You don't buy me Christmas stuff.
That's because there's no point anymore.
Shoot.
So I
I've
know
been
we're up
anxiously
against.
awaiting this
I
one.
know we're also up against the charity giveaway. So
Yeah.
thanks you guys for joining us. And I think the Texas Longhorns are playing football tonight too. So,
Also, the Buckeyes.
oh, are they playing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, fun. Now you guys gotta watch me get into this. I'll try not to get it in your ears too much. One thing about Charles,
Thank
he
God.
definitely wraps things really, really well.
He does. So we decided we were going to sit tonight for this show, guys. So
Yeah, Brian's back hurting a little bit, so I'm like, sure, I'll sit.
she didn't argue too much.
Okay,
Cheers,
this is
Matt B.
fun.
Thanks for joining us.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So Charles has sent us a bottle of Old Forester 1915. 104 proof. Of course, we know this isn't a true Old Forester blend. I think someone must have made that, but that is awesome. I love it. Thank you, Charles. So most of you already know this, but they say if you mix the 1910 and equal parts of 1910 and 1920 together, a 50-50 ratio, it makes the 1915. We've done that on one of the lives once. I forget when we were doing it, just to try it. But thank you, Charles. That's awesome. Love it.
Yeah,
Thank
when
you.
we did it, it was just a very small portion. So
Yeah.
thank you, Charles, for always
Too
looking
kind
out
of you.
for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So before we start, I do have a small giveaway tonight. It is a blind. I'm not going to tell you what it is because obviously it's a blind. So I'm going to go ahead and start that giveaway. You do have to be present at the end when we give it away, but it'll be in there. You just have to enter !whiskey with EY to enter, and we will get that shipped out to the winner later this evening.
Stan said he finally tried the night. I'm guessing that's the 1915. I didn't scroll all the way back up, but he said it was delicious. Joe B said that was very cool, Charles.
Very,
It
very
sure
cool.
was, Joe. There's John Shank in the room. Cheers to
Cheers,
you.
John. Okay.
Got some guys and gals getting registered for the giveaway.
Awesome. I'm ready to start this blind. Oh, I also want to tell everybody. Sorry, I almost forgot because I was excited because I knew I got to open something. I'm not going to lie. We do have a $5 duck race super chat going on. So if anybody wants to super chat $5,
That's for a pretty good one tonight, I
it
think.
is a really good one. I tried to come up with something really good for a Friday night. And so it's 15-year pours. So we have a 2-ounce pour of the Russell's Reserve 15-year, a 2-ounce pour of the Knob Creek 15-year. And this is only one race. We're only doing one tonight. So whoever wins will get all 3 of these. A Bibb and Tucker
15 years.
the Golden Spike 15-year. So you get 3 15-year 2-ounce pours.
That bottle is truly phenomenal.
Yep. So anybody who wants to do a $5 super chat, no pressure or anything. If you don't want to, no big deal. But if you do, we'll get you entered to win that duck race.
Cheers to Mike Brock and Jenny B. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Cheers.
Okay.
Now can we taste it? I
you
haven't really drank much this week.
I was going to say, I haven't had drank anything.
You really haven't either. Thank you, Charles.
Cheers, Charles. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
Charles. Don't forget to join Patreon. Thank you. I'm going to get that loaded real quick. That way it's on there. Then we'll start that.
Patreon will be covered up with some updates over the next 6 or 8 weeks for the Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
That'll be coming up.
Everybody needs to search for that golden egg.
Miker, cheers. Thanks for joining us. I didn't see you sneak in.
Yes. Cheers, Mike. All right. Again, we do not know what these ones are from Charles. This is a blind, and we're going to score them, and then we'll determine, open them up, see what they are. So thank you, Charles.
That's really spicy on the nose.
It is spicy.
Cheers, George. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
thank you. It has a nice vanilla caramel note to it, though, on the nose, but a lot of spice coming through.
Comes Rex down the stairs like a herd of elephants.
This is really spicy.
I want to
However-
thank Keith, and cheers to you and Tamara. Cheers to both of you guys.
And
Thank you.
George. George, Keith, and Tamara. Doesn't Bryan like the Buckeyes? Bryan,
Who said that?
Bryan grew up in Pennsylvania,
So my team lost last night.
so he is a Penn State fan. I grew up here in Ohio, so obviously I'm a Buckeyes fan, and yes, a Cleveland Browns fan. So he roots for the Steelers.
And,
complete opposite.
and to go along with that, Keith, whoever plays the Buckeyes.
That is very, very true. Joby and Dave, thank you for those. I'll get your names put in here.
If it's St. Mary's School of the Blind, which we know at the beginning of the year, usually that is who they play, that's who I'm rooting for.
Miker, thank you. He is that way, but it's all good. It's all good fun. You know, we used to a little bit get into it, but anymore.
Shauna's she's grown.
We just pick
She's
on each other
accepted
about it. It's all good.
And you know what, honestly, to me, after last night, college football's over. It's no big deal. We played, we lost, the year's over. And when my Steelers lose on Saturday night, tomorrow night, NFL will be over. So,
Mr. Richie J, thank you. All right.
cheers, Mr. Ritchie. Thank you, sir.
I can tell you that the finish on the first one that we just had is lasting because
it's really
as I was
good.
typing those names, it's still in there. It's a nice, it's kind of like a caramel, kind of really a caramel bomb, but it has that nice spice to it. And like a hint of vanilla. It's really good.
Cheers to Jaden. Thanks for joining us tonight, Jaden. And thank you, Stan. Quack, quack to you. I'll tell you what, Charles sends some of the best blinds. That thing is, I get a lot of brown sugar with some cinnamon in it. It's almost like a blend of brown sugar and cinnamon. Mm-hmm. It's really a delicious taste that it leaves.
It's really, it's a thick pour. I don't know if I want to use creamy as a description, but it's thick and it just coats your mouth. It's very good.
It's not thin, for sure.
No, it's not thin. Very good. Number
Charles
2.
told Miker that Terry doesn't get a duck unless he's here. Mike said Mike said he doesn't know how to get here, Charles.
He's got to figure it out. He's definitely got to figure it out. We'll have to sit him down and help him out with that. Cheers, Hazmat. Thank you for joining.
Cheers. Thank you.
For those just joining that aren't aware of what we're doing, Charles had sent us a blind. We're working through that blind right now. We're going to rate them, score them, and open up and find what they are. I can't tell you what they are at the moment. And then Dave has also sent us some barrel craft spirits. We do know which ones we're going to be tasting tonight. I hadn't ever had barrel craft spirits, so Dave was nice enough to send us several samples of them, and I'm excited to dig in because I did already have one, and it is very good. I know it's the alcohol.
Drinking wine tonight?
Yeah, I just haven't had hardly any all week.
This is another one of those phenomenal. Cheers, Keith.
No pit fans allowed.
Absolutely. Jack Lambert rocked.
I got you in there for another one, Keith. Also,
Keith is obviously from West Virginia with the pit comment.
If you are just also joining, there is a free giveaway for a blind that we will be giving out. Just enter !whiskey with a EY into the comments. And we're also accepting super chats for a duck race for 3 2-ounce pours of 15-year bourbons.
And they are some bangers, dare I say.
Yep, you can go over them. I'm going to taste this one.
We are giving
Nice.
the duck race tonight. The $5 super chat duck race is for a 2-ounce pour of Russell's 15, a 2-ounce pour of Knob Creek 15-year, and a 2-ounce pour of Bibb and Tucker 15-year. So Shauna wanted to make it as attractive, I guess, as she could tonight.
It's Friday. I just wanted to have a good.
She just wanted to have a show.
I don't have the big bonus pours and the big fun that Brian, Mike, and Mark have.
She just controls the liquor.
You're stuck with me tonight. I know I'm not nearly as entertaining as those guys, but I can give you some good pours. That one, it's completely different in a way. It's kind of smoky. Are you getting a smokiness on it? Like
You know what? It does have that element. But other than that, it's really similar, I think. I get a lot of the same aftertaste other than the smoke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely the vanilla, the caramel.
Yeah, that whole
I'm getting more
mix.
cinnamon on this one. You just mentioned that one, but
it's really good. It's another really good pour.
Last place in the duck race should get a sample of Old Forester 1915. I will do that. So if you come in last.
Can I just interrupt you for 1 second? We've got an old friend just appeared in the chat.
Yeah.
Kelly Kohler.
Hey, Kelly.
Cheers to you, Kelly. Thank you
Cheers.
so much for joining us. Cheers to Roy if he's watching with you.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's awesome. Glad to see you. So yes, Charles, we will definitely do that. I will try to figure that out. And I know there is a way, so somebody might have to help me when we get there.
You can actually see the standings at the end of the race. There's a button to show you the standings.
The loser of the duck race will get a pour of the Old Forester 1915, a 2-ounce pour. I'll make sure you get that.
Absolutely.
I don't feel it's a punishment pour, though.
No, it's probably not a punishment pour. It's more of a constellation prize, we'll say.
Yeah.
Constellation. Not constellation, but consolation. And I just started. Keith, that would be a hard no for me.
Yeah.
Not that it isn't good. I've got one here.
Yeah, it is good.
It's an excellent pour, but I'm just against paying that kind of money.
I think you only paid $100 for it. Like that's
just
MSRP.
Over, like maybe 119. I think was MSRP, somewhere in that area.
So Stan, a little story on the Bibb and Tucker, the 15-year. My son got that for us Labor Day weekend when we were celebrating Labor Day, and it's really cool.
Memorial Day, actually. I think.
No, it was Labor Day.
Was it Labor Day?
And has the train topper and stuff, the golden spike. I also love Bibb and Tucker a lot. My old boss got me hooked on that. I used to drink it all the time, the 6-year.
6-year.
But the double char or the char that they have, I think it's called double char. I really like that one. And this past weekend, I just picked up the Bibb and Tucker 10-year. So I have not cracked that one open yet, but I'm super excited to crack it open sometime.
Kelly is watching the Buckeyes at Sports Tours. Miss you guys.
Aw.
We miss you guys too, Kelly. Tell the old gang we said hi.
Yes. And go Bucks. You know Brian doesn't say
go
go
horns,
Bucks,
Kelly. Hook 'em horns.
On to number 3.
On to number 3. Those first 2 were.
They were good.
Now, I'm not getting the spice on the nose on this one. I'm sure it's going to be there, but. Keith, I actually got my bottle at the Union, Kentucky Kroger drop last May.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was early last May. I got that. I got a Michter's 10-year and a Baker 7.
Mike, I will get with Clay and see if he can find another Bib and Tucker 15, because I know that Terry wants that train.
Terry wants the topper.
He wants the topper, and he's not stealing mine when it's empty. This one is really good. It's oakier.
It's spicier too.
It is. I'm saying the proof points are all pretty in line on these ones.
I don't think they're super high either, though.
Definitely over 100.
Low hundreds.
Yeah, because I'm getting some burn, and as you said, it turned me a little bit red. But I honestly think they're probably 115s, the area of 115 proof. This one, the oak presence on it, I'm really liking it though.
I like all three of them. I would have a hard time picking a favorite, actually. I don't know. This might be with that extra oak.
Okay.
Because it's not over the top.
Now we have to work on scoring these real quick. You can go in whatever.
Tell me we're going to have homework.
Yeah, you got to score them. Whatever order you want to go in. Oh, Callie, what's my favorite one? You know?
All of them.
That is very true. Not all of them. There's one I do not like.
Got some tequila back here, Kelly, that you and her could tear up.
Yeah. That's really hard, Kelly. Everybody asked me that. My daily sipper used to be Woodford Double Oak, and I still go for that one. And that is actually one Charles sent me up a store pick of a back to the barrel one. And this one's really chocolatey and really good. So I really enjoy
Hold your label up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. But
look quick, everybody.
I would honestly say Weller Foolproof is also one of my favorites. It's not a very easy to obtain one, so I wouldn't drink it every day.
If there's somebody out there that it is easy to obtain for,
yeah,
let us know.
There's Limestone Farms Private Barrel that I really enjoy. However, it's on the pricey side, so I don't drink it very often either. But for a daily sipper, honestly, I'm going to go with either the Woodford Double Oak or the High Bank Whiskey War Double Oak up in Columbus. Those two are my go-to all the time. I love the Double Oaks.
There you have it.
Okay, let's score these real quick, open them up, find out what we're drinking. Charles gave me a hint of what they were, but I don't know.
What's the hint?
They may be some bourbon junkies in here.
Oh, that explains why we like them. So Keith mentioned a little bit ago there in the chat that he's going to hit that up, the Union, Kentucky drop next year. They had one a month ago. I heard some really bad things about it, but they had one after that. It seems like they might have got everything straightened out. When I went with Terry and Micah and Mark and Casey, and couldn't believe the number of people. Couldn't believe the number of people in that parking lot.
Yep. Cheers, Bourbon Nerd. Thank you for joining us.
Cheers,
and
Marty.
if we've missed anybody coming in, cheers. I don't know if I've seen any new names, but if we have, cheers. Thank you so much for joining us. I wrote my scores. I might change these two, but these are all really, really close for me.
Before you show me what yours were, this is what I was thinking.
Husky Dog wishes Kroger's did drops in Indiana.
We wish the same here in Ohio.
Well,
Husky
they
Dog.
do sometimes. They do like
I think
special
if it's a brand new
days.
store, they do a drop.
No, I meant special days. Like
Oh yeah,
um,
like when Bruce Russell, or not Bruce Russell, but yeah, he was up.
but they do that single barrel Saturday. They were supposed to do one before Christmas and they never did. Or it was all talk that they were going to here in Ohio of a big allocated drop.
I guess I assumed he was probably talking something like they do in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure. But I mean, but it's kind of similar.
Yeah,
I mean, we all wait.
Technically, they do drops here every weekend somewhere.
Not this month.
No, no, I've waited 2 Fridays in a row for nothing. These are fantastic, and I'm not going to kill them until I know what they are.
No, but I will tell you, Rick should be proud of us because I did smaller pours so that I wouldn't, I don't know if Rick's on here, but Mr. Ritchie, please make sure Rick knows that I did smaller pours tonight in his honor.
She took that scolding that he gave us.
No, it was good advice. It was really good advice.
Dave, we have not seen that here in Ohio. Ohio is really stingy on some of that stuff when they get it. For example, back in May, I got a Blanton straight from the barrel.
It was 2022.
That was a 2022.
Mm-hmm. They've been holding on to it.
Yeah.
So, you keeping your scores the same?
I wrote them down.
I just want to make sure. Bryan liked the first one that we tasted the best.
When I went back through, at first I thought it was going to be C, but when I went back through, I liked one better.
It was my second favorite. I liked C or I'm going to call it C or number 3 the best because of the oak presence. So we'll just open them up and see what they are.
Let's do that. Let's open it.
Okay, so the first one, which was 2A, is Evernorth Exodus Rye.
Rye. Wow, that doesn't drink. That's really good.
Bryan scored it an 85. I scored it a 79. It's very good. Those who don't know me very well, I score always lower than Bryan.
Kelly, you did hear that right. Woodford Double Oak.
Yes. So I would say C. No, you scored the second one higher. So
yeah, mine went in order.
In order, okay. Yeah, ripping it in both. The second one we tried was Evernorth Essence Barrel MJ2. Good. He did not put proof points on here, so I do not have the proof points. But Bryan scored this an 84. I scored it a 78. Again, very good. And the last one is the Evernorth Essence Barrel X2J. So the second was M2J. This one is XJ2, MJ2 and XJ2. This one's a little bit oakier, and I really, really enjoyed that. So my score was an 80. Bryan was an 83. This was my first place, Bryan's last place. But again, the scores were within 1 point of each other. Very good pours. Thank you so much, Charles, for sending these our way. And I will tell you that Charles was nice enough to allow me to trade for some Evernorth Spirits Night Stalker, which is absolutely delicious. He had sent us a sample, or Gandhi had sent us a sample. I'm not sure which one.
One of them.
I don't want to mix that up. But anyways, delicious. Thank you.
Keith Glandon is going on that barrel pick down at New Riff with Whiskey Sippers next Friday.
Awesome.
That should be a good time, Keith.
Yes.
We've never done one, but look to one day.
It is on our hope.
It's on our flow
list.
chart.
So this past weekend, I made Bryan sit down to do like a vision board
She
for
did.
what 2025 looks like for Cask 529. He does not like doing that kind of stuff, just so you know. But I made him. And I would like to, by this fall, be in line to do a barrel pick somewhere like a quarter barrel, because we don't have a huge following yet, but I just think it'd be a great time to do a barrel pick. Don't know where we'd do it yet.
So unless our following blows up over the summer,
we really want to do that though. Okay, you want to move those ones? And
Stephen Schoon said, which Night Stalker? Do we know which Night Stalker?
Let me look.
He said 2 was his favorite.
This was 3, volume 3.
Volume 3.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I've not had this volume. I am sorry, Stephen. I didn't know there was different volumes. So I don't know which one I originally had, but I'm sure it's good because I have not had a bad thing from them yet.
We have not. Every sample that we have had from them, we have absolutely loved it. Keith says, I'm trying to earn brownie points, I think. The vision boards are awesome.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. So, Keith, the end result, like in 2026, when we look back, I'll be like, oh yeah, that wasn't so bad.
Then I'll make him do it for 2026.
I'll have to do it again.
And he'll be like,
I'll be like, I didn't mean it. Really.
Now, I will tell you, he really didn't participate much. He kind of,
I think that's fake news.
He just listened to me and said, okay, that sounds good. Okay, so I won't pour all these at once, but the first barrel craft spirit that we're tasting is the New Year 2024 Cask Strength Blend of bourbon whiskeys, 113 proof. So again, this is from Dave. Thank you so much for sending these our way.
Thank you, Dave. We really appreciate the sample box that you sent.
Yes.
Shona is working on getting a replacement back out to you.
For the glass that broke. Very sorry about that.
For the Glen that did not arrive in one piece, but 50.
So Joe B said Spirit Walker 1 was his favorite ever north. Awesome. And Dave said he loves the Night Stalker 3. I'm anxious to open it. I'm probably not going to open it this evening because we're going to have way too many pours.
Shauna's going to have way too many pours this evening. Hey guys, if I can, please ask you all to hit the like button. We sure would appreciate that.
Yep.
I'm just happy that you're all here. YouTube likes to see that you all like it.
That's right. Peter, welcome. Thank you for joining.
Cheers, Peter.
If you have just joined, though, we are doing a free giveaway of a 4-sample blind. You do need to be present when we do that drawing. All you have to do is enter !whiskey, spelled with an EY, in the comments, and we will be doing that drawing towards the end of the show.
Also, there is a duck race.
Yes.
$5 super chat duck race that is going to be 3, handpicked by Shona, 3 2-ounce, 15-year samples. So it's a 2-ounce sample of Russell's 15, a 2-ounce sample of Knob Creek 15-year, and a 2-ounce sample of Bibb and Tucker 15-year. And I know many of you have heard me say that many times, and I apologize. I just want to make sure everybody is aware of it.
This one, I'm getting a sweet tobacco note on the nose. I really enjoy it.
I'm getting the sweet. I can't pinpoint that tobacco like you do, but
it's a little bit of spice with it, but definitely a sweet tobacco note. Cheers, Gandhi. Thanks for joining us. And Jenny B.
Cheers, Gandhi. Now, I get the kind of smoky tobacco on the palate. I don't pick that up on the nose, though.
You're right. Smoky tobacco.
Mint. I get a little bit of mint on the nose.
Mint actually on the finish. It's very kind of a refreshing note.
It's like spearmint I'm getting on the nose.
Some brown sugar. Oak on the finish as well with that mint note. Wow, that one's good.
That is very complex.
So after like drinking the Ambrano finished barrel that he had already sent us, and this one, tasting the next two, I think Dave is going to make me a barrel craft fire.
That one's definitely good.
Yeah. I don't know if
I don't much remember the Ambrano one. I think, was that at the end of our... No, that wasn't the end of that big live.
Oh, no. We had it sitting at the table together.
Yeah, I don't... it's just not coming to me.
Yep. So this one is the new year 2024. And when I was looking at their site earlier today, just to learn a little bit more about them, I think they just released the new year 2025. So obviously, we're not going to be able to get this new year 2024 anymore because they have, batch releases and stuff like that. But this would make me definitely want to try the 2025.
Yeah,
very good.
That's really good. It really is. I'm glad to see that you saved me some for later.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I will not see that later. I'll be down here looking for it. I'll be like, where's she put that?
I am bad about that, guys. I'm not going to lie. Bryan is very truthful when it comes to that. I do enjoy the pours probably a little bit more than he does. A little bit more.
I don't know if that's really a true statement. What happens, though, is what I said, is it could be something I really like, and I know there's some left, but it's never to be seen again by me.
That is very good, Dave. Thank you so much for sharing that one with us.
Very good.
To me, with the Evernorth that we just tasted, I'm going to probably have to score that one right at the 80 mark. And that's a really good score for me. It's really good. A lot of flavor. I'm really liking that mintiness at the end of it with the oak, the brown sugar notes, a little bit of spice. It's really good.
As complex as that one is, I feel that is probably one of the most presenting to me that I've ever had, as far as being able to individually select each of those notes without them just meshing together into something good, but hard to... That thing, it was like, okay, here's this, and then here's this, and then here's this.
Yep. A lot of you guys talking to each other. I just want to make sure we're not missing a whole lot. I do want to say, if anybody's noticed our little water glasses tonight, they're whiskey glasses. They're Japanese whiskey glasses that a friend got us for Christmas. I just thought they were really cool. Bryan and I do not drink our whiskey a lot on the rocks, so we usually use the Glens. However, I thought, you know what, these would make really cool water glasses for us to use. So just in case she's watching, a shout out to our friend that got us these.
Thank you very much.
We love them. They really, the way they're shaped, you can hold them really well.
Yeah, they
It's
almost
like
almost wrap around your fingers.
The boxer's really cool. I almost thought it was a bottle of bourbon. It was one of those real nice heavy boxes that kind of like magnetically
folded with a magnetic flap on it. Yeah.
And because it said aged 15 years on it, which kind of gave me the idea for the 15-year whiskeys for the super chats tonight.
Plus, it was weighted.
Very weighted, because
these are heavy. Really heavy glasses.
Anyways, if you're watching tonight, thank you for these glasses. We love them. We truly do.
And she may be. Okay.
So Dave said barrel craft spirits are masters at blending. After tasting that one, I can tell you that they definitely are. I'm a huge High Bank Whiskey War fan up in Columbus, Ohio. That's what they do too. However, they will be releasing their first bourbon on January 24th that they actually produce themselves. But they're keeping their blending. I am going to tell you that barrel, I've never had it before, but it might be a little bit better. I never thought I'd get those words out of my mouth, but after tasting that one, it's probably a lot better. Not a lot better, a little bit better. Thoughts?
Clearly better.
It is clearly better.
There's definitely a
Yeah.
There's a division there.
Yeah,
And
it is.
And Barrel's on the north end of it.
Definitely on the north end of it. However, High Bank, since it's local, right up the road from us, it's
I mean, there's nothing bad to say about High Bank.
no, gosh,
But
no.
this is really, really
But
good.
their midnight cask is the bomb, so I don't know if we put that up against it. Ready to try the next one?
I am. I'm
getting it ready. Look at him grabbing.
I was just checking out the chat, and you led me to believe we were ready to drink, and we weren't. Thank you guys again for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
We do. We thought it would be fun to hang out with everybody. I'm not usually on here on Friday nights just for whiskey trivia on Wednesdays, but it's fun. Bryan and I enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some Friday nights I just want to be curled up on the couch.
Which is what she does after this.
No. Sometimes it's kind of late when you guys go for long. So we have Barrel Craft Spirits Foundation, aged 5 years, and it's a blend of bourbon whiskeys. And this one is only 100 proof.
Cheers to Chill Will Rocco. Thanks for joining
us
tonight. And I think I saw that yes, he is entered for the free giveaway.
Now we have Mark in the chat too. We have
Mark
Scott and Mike are in there.
Mike and Marker.
So Mike and Mark will be joining Bryan next Friday for a live.
Not sure what. We thought we were sure.
We thought we knew. However, Terry pointed out some really, really good options tonight. So we will let you know. We'll have a thumbnail out there soon.
Stay tuned on that.
But just know the guys are ramping up. I have a really, really, really good bonus pour for next Friday, and I cannot wait because it's not normally me who can provide a really good bonus pour, and I could only do that with the help of Mr. Charles.
And it's right there, guys.
Yeah, it's right.
You probably can't see it. Sorry.
I cannot wait. I am so excited because Mark and Mike and Terry always bring really super bonus pours.
They do.
We think we have something good.
Well, once in a while, like we did open the old Rip 10-year one night for a bonus pour.
Yep. Bourbon Nerd, thank you. I got your super chat. I'll get you entered in for the
cheers and
race.
Thank you for that, Bourbon Nerd.
I
feel bad for all them guys down there in the snow they got.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Because they're not used to snow, so that's a little bit different, right?
Yeah, because the pictures I saw today from Mrs. Lori posted, it looked like they had, I don't know, the pictures looked like they had at least 6 inches of snow on the ground.
Oh, wow.
And the kids were all loving it. And the dog.
Life from the patio, got you as well. And Mark can't wait. I'm hoping that's can't wait for the bonus pour I have. I am so excited. Mark,
cheers,
you're gonna
David
love
Tanko.
it. I know you're going to love it, Mark.
If you snuck in on us, I didn't see you
cheers.
earlier. So cheers and thanks for joining us.
Wow, this one. I'm trying to.
Chill Will's got 10 inches at his house.
Wow.
Are you close to those guys, Chill Will? You are, aren't you? T's got 6 inches there.
I don't know what it's done here. I know when I took Rex out right before the live that our driveway had a thin coat on it, and we were both covered with some snow when I came in, and we had to shake off. But
they're calling for 2 to 3 here, but that means it could be about done.
Yeah, it's up north. We get a lot more. We love watching the cameras up north.
Mr. Ritchie. 10-4 on that, Mr. Ritchie.
It's 4, but we call it 6. I love it.
Mark
and Charles has 2 inches of rain. But Charles, he's down there in the hurricane hurricane
Yeah,
area.
Charles
so.
usually gets the tape measure out and measures sunshine. We usually measure mud here in Ohio. Mark said that he bets he will, and visor backwards.
Yep.
Mark, if you ever quit turning the visor,
I think people are going to be disappointed.
we would lose viewers. I think people tune in to see what the visor does.
This has a very distinguished nose, and I'm trying to figure out what it is.
It's got a really good palate.
Oh, have you tasted it already? Oh, I have not tasted it yet.
Oh, yeah, you were talking.
I've been trying to figure out what I'm getting on the nose, and it's a very familiar scent to me, but I cannot figure out what it is. So, Dave, if you know what is on the nose of the Barrel Craft Spirits Foundation that's aged 5 years, 100 proof, let me know, because it's very distinguished. And I can't put my finger on it. It's good. It's a pleasant nose.
I feel like that is much more oakier, maybe smoky also over the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice spicy profile. Cinnamon. I am getting some caramel on that.
First non-cast strength bourbon. It's $50 for every day. Oh, $50 for everyday sipping. Yeah,
Nice.
That's good.
Cheers, Gandy. Thank you for that, sir. And
yes, Gandy.
This is our first year in 3 years that we've seen snow, and 100% over it.
I got the notes you got. It's finishing with a nice fruit note for me. It's very sweet. It's really nice. I'm loving the 100 proof. My favorite proof point really is about the 115 mark. However, I really like the 100 proof, the bottles and bonds, the 100 area. Below that, it gets a little bit thin for me. However, the 115 proof, but this one's really good. It's solid. I'm loving the flavors in this. I love that sweet fruit note at the end.
And I think
Joe B moved to Michigan. Yeah. I'm sure Michigan gets a ton more than.
Well, he's saying that Gandy got more snow right now than they got.
Oh, he did?
That's the way I read it.
I can tell you up north off of Lake Erie that this has been the worst winter probably in the last 4 or 5 years that I've seen.
At least in the area where we go.
Mm-hmm.
At least 6 years, I'd say.
Yeah. And we just installed cameras this year, and it's been kind of fun to watch.
From here.
From here. Because the last 2 years here, we've really not. Bryan has always got the tractor ready, the plow on it, and it's been a big waste. He's never had to use it. This year, he's had to use it once so far. So.
Yeah, which is, like she said, that's one more time that I've had to use it combined in the last 2 years.
Yep.
So I don't mind it, really. I would far rather look at the snow than the mud, which is what we usually have. And naturally, it's usually muddy before it freezes, so then we're stuck looking at that.
Charles needs a lucky fast duck. Or a slow one.
I got to check nobody's posted anything about the game.
Hey, Gandy, you are right. Foundation is a fantastic first pour. I mean, this is my 5th pour for the evening, and I'm enjoying it. It's good. But I could definitely sip this one. Like all the time.
I mean, I like both of them, but we've had 5 pours so far tonight, and they've all been phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Definitely phenomenal pours.
David, is that tonight? It's a mess.
Oh, David, 7-0 Buckeyes. Sorry, honey, your Texans are not doing anything.
So what's the store we going to?
A Mentor?
Total Wine? No. Wine and Spirits. Something Wine and Spirits.
It's a Mentor, Ohio.
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
David, what's the name of the store there, Mentor? Something Wine and Spirits? Something like that.
I'll take the mud. Snow sucks. Been lucky so far in Wisconsin. Cold but dry. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I want the mud either.
I mean, we're in Ohio. We're going to get something, some kind of crap we're going to get. And it just seems that it's usually mud.
We had a very dry summer, so we had hardly any mud. We just had crisp, dry grass that was probably like Arizona style.
Our yard, Shona and I have been married for
Yes, World Wine
years.
and Spirits.
World
Yes.
Wine and Spirits.
They do have.
That's it.
Yes.
And that's where we like to go there. And they do have nice drops. And generally, I mean, not for the really good stuff, but generally you can go there in the afternoon and still get something.
And it is really nice because they don't open till 10. So if Bryan does drag me along, if we're up there, I don't have to get up super, super early. Because they do not allow people in their parking lot until 6 a.m.
Full disclosure, Shona went there one time for a drop with me.
Yep.
So if Bryan drags me along, rarely happens.
Okay. So we are having this pour, the Barrel Craft Spirits, the Vantage. Blend of bourbon whiskeys finished in, I'm going to butcher this, guys. I'm sorry. Mezzarano, French, and toasted American oak. It is 114.62 proof. Is that Mezzarano? How am I butchering that, guys?
Can I see it? Stan, I grew up in northwestern part of Pennsylvania, and we always had snowmobiles, and we had a blast. But you know what? I was a lot younger then, and I didn't know any better. Now I want warm, and I don't want air that hurts my face.
Mark, what are you giving tasting notes on?
I'm going to say it's Mizurana. Is that how you were saying it, Mizurana?
So David said Russell's 15 and single barrel Saturday drop opened at 9, but normally 10. Yep.
Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name that just came into the chat.
Barrel Foundation Bourbon.
T-E-R capital E.
Oh, he looked it up for me probably. Thank you, Mark.
But cheers to you and thanks for joining us. Stephen, we just wanted to share with you, man. We thought you should have some down there in Alabama.
Joe B said you are correct. Good job, babe.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, Rob.
I'm not
cheers.
used to anybody telling me I'm correct.
Cheers, Rob. Thank you for joining us.
Cheers, Rob.
Hey, if you are just joining us, we do have a free giveaway of a blind sample pack. And we also have a duck race that will be going on for a $5 super chat. So either way.
So the freebie is an exclamation point whiskey. And the $5 super chat gets you a chance to win a 2-ounce pour of Russell's 15, a 2-ounce pour of Knob Creek 15 year, and a 2-ounce pour of Bibb and Tucker 15 year.
Yep. So Mark, we did just finish sipping on the Barrel Craft Spirits Foundation that was aged 5 years. Now we have moved on to the Barrel Craft Spirits Vantage blend of bourbon whiskeys that is finished, 114.62 proof.
Okay, so the name that entered the chat a few minutes ago that I was confused about, I just got a clarification text from Miker, and Terry has made it.
Oh, Terry has
to the
made
chat.
it on the chat.
Terry,
That's
I
fun.
love it. Unique like Miker.
I got to see how it's spelled so I don't miss it from now on.
Capital T-E-R, capital E.
All right.
Terry.
Welcome, Terry.
I'm glad you were finally able to master YouTube, Terry.
That's right.
Can't keep a good man down.
Now Bryan doesn't have to give you a training lesson on Monday. This one has a very sweet nose. I almost...
You would call that sweet?
I would. It has caramel with it, but a little bit, every time I bring it up, I think of cotton candy, only because of the sweetness.
Wow.
It's not that sugary, but it's just that pleasant
I'm way off.
cotton candy nose.
I'm getting actually a little bit of char on the nose.
There is. I'm saying when I first bring it up.
Okay, that's... And I might get some caramel.
So, Mr. Ritchie, we went to A.M. Scott with the Bourbon and Balls, and that is in Troy, Ohio. And they recently have sold or are selling the Mayflower that we did the thing
Yeah,
at.
the distillery, they're keeping the distillery.
They're keeping the distillery, though.
The event we had was at the Mayflower, which was an old 20s era theater that they had refurbished, and they actually had a bottle store attached to it. They've sold the Mayflower effective the first of the year. But they're obviously still a full-blown... I think they wanted to concentrate on the distillery more so than both.
Yep.
But
Rob, thank you for that super chat. I have you entered in for the duck race. But I know that you want that cigar blend. We've not been back down there. So if Charlie, Rob, or Jeff are in the chat, would you mind looking to see if A.M. Scott has any cigar blend? And if you come to, I know we're going to meet up at New Riff in mid-February. If they do have one, if you'll bring me one, and I'll pay you so I can get it to Mr. Richie J, because I know that he's been looking for one.
we'll get you Venmo'd or something for it.
Charles.
Charles.
Oh, Charles is...
You don't want to do that, Charles, because he is the luckiest duck guy.
He is putting a duck in the race for Terry E. That is super nice of you. And you probably just lost, Charles.
That's how we're going to have to pronounce that, too. Terry.
Terry. But yeah, I am getting a lot of oak, a lot of smoke notes on this one. It's very good. On the nose.
Okay. Dave Oglesang said at Cast 529, since you are not very familiar with K, can you help me out any on that? Cheers, Keith P.
Oh, since you're not very... Okay, Luke. I have a lot of them.
Oh, there it is.
And they will be... Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave.
I know, Dave, that you sent a K, Luke. I was actually going to cover that up and do an envelope and put that in What's in the Glen Wednesday. But if you're going to send us several more, I may hold that one out so we can do them.
Yeah. Check out Terry's comment to Charles there.
Oh, Terry.
I never win a duck race.
He is.
I'm not even going to touch that.
I'm not either. I'm not either.
I'm like the Grinch on that. I wouldn't touch that with a 13.5-foot pole.
Not touching it. Charles, Dave, you are the sample man. I want to grow up to be like you.
And you're working on it, Charles.
You all are phenomenal.
You really are. We appreciate all you guys.
We do. It's so fun. When we first started this, we did it so we could spend more time not working but together, and it's been fun to hang out with all of you guys. We truly love every second of it.
You know what? We've only met a handful of you guys so far, but in the year that we've been doing live streams, I feel like we've gotten to know so many of you.
Yep.
And it's been great.
Yeah. And that is on our our vision board to try to find ways to meet up and hook up with more people throughout the year. And we hope to do that. I know that we're all over the United States, so it's a little bit harder. But when we can, it's fun. It's a great time. I love it.
Charlie is checking inventory. Said he does not currently see cigar batch. He's going to check. He's going to touch base with Tony Scott for us.
Thank you, Charlie.
And see if Tony might have a couple bottles rat-holed that we can get one.
Appreciate that, because I know that Richie has been looking for that, and I've not been able to get him one yet.
And Charlie, thanks for joining us.
Yep. I think he was in there earlier, though.
Oh, yeah, he did say I'm here. He said I'm here.
He's probably just been hanging out.
I just remembered saying he was first comment a couple hours ago.
Charlie, I don't know. Is Erica from upstairs back home yet?
Shona says it now. Erica from upstairs.
Just wondering.
Hey, what do you think of that one?
I love it.
It's I would say it's the creamiest of the three. I got creamy.
I would say this one is probably my favorite one of the three here.
Boy, it's hard to pick one.
I
It's just
really
like the three
it.
Charles sent.
I would definitely pick this last one, then the first one, then the second one. However, the second one, definitely a go-to if you're everyday drinking because it's a lower proof. But this one's really good. All kinds of notes on it. The finish, every time I take a sip, the finish just lasts. Every one we've had tonight has been amazing. It's a good night.
I would like to say cheers to David Bays, who is joining the show
David.
tonight.
Yes, thank you.
And I didn't realize, I didn't see if he had joined the free giveaway.
Yes, so if you are just joining, we do have a free giveaway going on. Exclamation point whiskey with an EY in the comments. It is a 4 1-ounce sample blind. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Obviously, it's a blind. That way, when you get it, you can blind it and see which one you like the best. Then we do also have a $5 super chat thing going on. To save Bryan from saying it again, I will say it. I wanted to make it a special one.
Cheers to you for that.
Cheers. It will be a Russell's 15 2-ounce pour, a Knob Creek 15 2-ounce pour, and a Bibb & Tucker 15-year 2-ounce pour. Then whoever loses the duck race will get a 2-ounce pour of this Old Forester 1915 blend that Charles sent us. Thank you, Charles. So whoever loses the duck race will be getting a pour of this one. Thank you, Gandhi. Yes, only
Appreciate
28
it,
likes. Hit that like button. Push that out there to everybody. And no, I do want to say, because we have 39 people in here, and I don't know if everybody joins Whiskey Trivia Wednesday. I promise not to bring this up again until February. I promise. I'm not going to hound anybody with it. But we had such a great time.
She promised.
I do. I promise. I'm not going to bring it up again until February. Just as a reminder in February, though. We had such a great time with the Christmas Advent Countdown. We did. It was truly fun for us. And a lot of the patrons, we communicated a lot. It was a great time.
I feel like everybody's on the edge of their seat right now wanting to hear what you're going to say.
So, if you're not a patron, free or paid patron, go and join, because we are going to do an Easter egg hunt. It only has 10 eggs in it. And so Easter is on April the 20th, Sunday, April the 20th. So we'll be starting this. We'll do a show each day, opening the egg that's labeled for that day, starting April the 11th and through the 20th. But it's an Easter egg hunt. And so in one box that we either someone picks up or ships out, there will be one golden egg with a prize in it. We're not going to tell you what that prize is. Whoever gets it, we'll find out. Hopefully they'll communicate it, or we will communicate it once we know which one won it. I will be packaging all of these. Bryan will be putting the shipping labels on. I promise we will not know who gets the golden egg. Each egg will have a 1-ounce pour of a completely different whiskey that we are going to pick that was not in the advent calendar. So it'll be 10 different pours of whiskeys that you didn't have before if you joined us on the advent calendar. So check out the patron page. All the information's on there if you want to join and participate in the Easter egg challenge. That would be great. We'd love it. We've already got several people signed up. I can't wait. Maybe I can get Bryan in a bunny suit.
Did you mention the golden egg?
Yes, I mentioned the golden egg.
Okay, guys, I try not to miss anybody that comes into the chat, and I apologize if I do, but I want to recognize Mr. John Shank. Cheers, and thanks for joining us. Todd Mail, thanks for joining us, sir. Appreciate that. John, did you get entered for the free giveaway? I see that Todd did. Charlie, Bourbon and Balls, thank you for that super chat, sir. Duck me in, he said.
Got it. You are in.
Terry said if he can win, he wants to cash in the Porsche for the train topper.
You're not getting that topper,
You
Terry.
probably better just take the samples, Terry. Yeah. I know you probably don't want them, but
you're not getting that topper. Joe B wants you in a pink bunny suit.
Charles thinks that I am coming.
You, Joe B.
Charles thinks I'm coming around to the What's in the Glen Advent and Easter egg hunt.
Yep.
The Advent box and this Easter egg hunt, I'm sure, is going to be fun. Plain old What's in the Glen Wednesday, probably not ever going to come around to that, Charles.
He will. He just wants to be a butthead. He asked me earlier before we went live why I call him names like, butthead and whatever. And I said, why do you earn them?
And it was quick. I asked the question and the answer
I got you in for
came
another one.
Right out. John is splitting time between our live stream and the football game. We appreciate the time you're giving us, John. We really do. Joe B thinks the prize equals the train topper. That is false. Keith, thank you for that super chat.
For a get-together, meet at Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Do mint julep tour bus together. Not too expensive and very fun. Oh, that would be fun.
That might be something to look into putting together.
I will look into that and try to put that together. That would be a great time.
How many people would be interested in a meetup like that?
Yeah.
On the Bourbon Trail.
Mark said, ! Golden egg.
Golden egg.
Oh, shoot, that's funny. All right, guys, if you have not entered for the free giveaway, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to pick the winner in about a minute or so. So just enter ! Whiskey, spelled with an EY, and I am going to pick that winner for the free tasting blind.
Mike or let Mark know he can only enter once. Mark said multiples.
Dennis, cheers. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, sir.
You probably just didn't hear that, but we have a free giveaway going on that I'm getting ready to close. ! Whiskey in the comments with an EY. And we will be picking that winner here soon. And all great pours tonight. Thank you guys so much, Charles and Dave, for sending us those.
Rob saying spring trip to Louisville.
Okay, guys, I am going to go ahead and close the entries for the giveaway so I can pick a winner. And the winner is Charles. So, Charles, are you still in the chat?
Congratulations, Charles.
Yes. I need to know that you're still in the chat, though. I know that you probably are.
Mark says on the Blue Note Juke.
Oh, Blue Note Juke joint uncut. That is really good.
That you're doing that.
I promise it wasn't rigged, Steven. I promise it wasn't. I pick it. It's
Mark, are you doing that in the Advent box right now? Because guys, I mean, don't hold it against him, but Mark's still working on his Advent box.
He is.
From way back in December.
Congratulations, Charles. You will get that blind. We will get it out to you.
Mark said he left.
Yes, Dave, we really do. I cannot wait to taste the other ones. Dave was nice enough to send us the Barrel Craft Spirits batch 32 all the way through Barrel Craft batch 36. That was way too many to do
we
this
still
evening.
have a lot. Now, I'd need to have my regular Friday night crew here to tackle something like that.
Because I just don't have that in me to tackle it.
She's getting there. She's working. I mean, this is a big night for her, 6 pours.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right. Congratulations, Charles. I will get that blind out to you. And
Did Charles say he was here?
Yeah.
Oh,
he said he's always here.
Okay. What we got here? Miker says, cancel Charles. Hello.
All right. Let's get over to the duck race. And I am going to...
Time for a duck race.
Yep. Get over there. I'm going to split my screen here real quick.
Thank you guys all for getting us up to 30 likes. I mean, we're still a little shy of viewers we got, but hey, 30, that's a good number.
Thank you. We have...
Charles wants Miker to dance for us.
Turn that leg around. We have Charles. We have Joe B in there a couple times. Dave in there a couple times. Mike in there a couple times. Tamara in there a couple times. Keith. George W in there a couple times. Richie J in there a couple times. Stan in there a couple times. Keith in there. Bourbon Nerd, like from the patio. Gandhi. Charles. Rob. Terry. And Bourbon and Balls. And Keith G. Am I missing anybody?
Wow.
Please let me know if I am missing anybody in this list before I move on.
So in a perfect world, does that list self-populate?
No, I have to type it in.
Oh, okay. I just looked over earlier and I thought it was self-populating.
Yeah, self-populating by Shona typing in.
Okay. Well, whatever it takes.
I mean, it self-populates for you.
210, 220, whatever it takes.
All right. I'm going to give you guys another second or so in the comments to tell me if I'm missing anybody.
Mark's money's on Terry. That's probably a good bet, Mark. I think if I was betting, that's where I'd put my money.
Oh, David, if you want to enter into the... You just have to super chat $5. If you want to super chat $5, you will get entered in.
Down by the chat bar, there, I think
it's a little dollar sign.
It's a little dollar sign. You click that. $5 gets you a duck.
So Dave said, sipping on J. Rieger Private Stock Bourbon, 128 proof.
Pretty darn good.
I've never heard of that.
I was just going to say, I'm embarrassed to say probably I've never heard of that.
Yeah, but I'm glad it's good.
Rob's already calling it rigged if Charles wins.
Guys, he has some greasy ducks. They just slide right in there.
Stan typed $5 super chat in the chat. I don't know if that was a $5 super chat.
No, I think he was answering because he's in there.
Gotcha.
I think he was answering David on that one.
Gotcha.
I'm going to give David a second just in case he wants to enter.
Yeah, if he wants to enter.
David, if you don't want to enter, he's in there.
He is.
Good job.
Okay, one last time. That is
Thank
for
you,
a Russell's 15 2-ounce pour. It's for a Bibb and Tucker 15-year 2-ounce pour. It's for a Knob Creek 15-year 2-ounce pour. And the consolation prize to the loser will be a 2-ounce pour of Old Forester 1915.
Yep.
And we all know there isn't really a 1915.
However,
but by God, there is here.
There is. All right, I am going to start this duck race. You guys can all see it. Set the timer. 60 seconds good for everybody.
Good luck to everybody.
And I'm going to shuffle the characters. And start it. Good luck, everyone. I'm not good at calling the game as good as the guys were the other night.
Yeah, well, that was kind of alcohol induced, I think.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, Mark had the visor backwards.
It was good.
Mike's one foot was pointing backwards.
Oh, Keith, you're dropping back now. Ooh.
It's not looking good for you, Keith.
Miker, you're coming out too quick.
Terry, you're way out in front too quick.
Yeah.
Miker, 30 seconds left. That's not going to happen.
No. We got George coming up. Come on, George, you're coming up. Oh, Dave's coming up too. Nope, oh my gosh, here comes Charles.
Here comes Charles.
Shoot. Somebody's going to speed past Charles.
I don't know. Oh, there comes.
Oh, here comes Burger Balls.
Charlie coming on strong. There he is.
All right. Good job,
Way
Charlie.
to go, Charlie.
All right, Charlie, you are the winner of the 3 15-year pours.
Mark put in the chat 11 pours.
And okay, I can go here to get the things. Sorry, guys, I've never looked at the standings. Yeah, I can go here.
Yep.
So in last place is Bourbon
Nerd.
Marty.
Coming in 26th place. Strong finish, Marty.
Yes, Bourbon Nerd. You are going to get a 2-ounce pour of the Old Forester 1915 blend that Charles sent us. Congratulations.
Mr. Ritchie said, somebody wake Charles up and tell him. Actually, I think he meant Charlie.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys.
Because Charlie usually does need woke up and told that he wins something. I mean,
that was fun.
He won the biggest blend event of the year and had to be woke up for it.
He did.
That was awesome, guys. Thanks for all the support tonight.
It was great. So, okay. I have looked into it a lot, thanks to Mark Scott's help. And when we jump off of here, I am going to go over to the Patreon page. I'll post it as a public link so anybody can join it. If anybody would like to join us on a Google Teams meeting, why? Because we cannot get the whole collaboration to work. But if you'd like to join us on Google Teams, I will have a Teams meeting. I think it's Google Meets, not Teams. I'm used to using Microsoft Teams at work. Google Meets meeting, where we all can discuss and talk. We're happy to do that. I'm going to post a link if anybody wants to join it.
It'll be a public link.
It will be.
But on the Patreon page.
You will need to give us about 5 or so minutes to get that up and going. But if you head over to our Patreon page, let me go ahead and post a link to that. That way you guys can.
David, thanks for that update.
Can get there.
Still early. Texas still has time.
David Bass just became a member on the Patreon. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David Bass. Appreciate that, sir. Guys, this community, not just right here tonight, but the whole bourbon community on YouTube. This is a great group of people, guys, gals, because really it is everybody. Like we said earlier, we feel like we've made so many friends, even though we have not personally met a lot of you. Mm-hmm. I feel like we know you. We see you once a week. If you're not commenting on videos, yep. We see you in the live streams. So, it's great. And I hope we can get this Google Meets to work.
It's going to work. It is going to work.
It really is a lot of fun to hang out with everybody.
It is. All right. So we are going to go ahead and hop off here. I am going to jump over and get that set up. I posted a link to our Patreon page. Give me at least 5 minutes, guys. We will get that link out there to the Google Meets team, and we will get started on that.
So thanks for everybody that joined us tonight.
Yep.
Everybody that is
been
not
fun.
used to dealing with snow, that is dealing with snow, be safe. It won't last forever, I promise.
It won't. It
It
melts.
might feel like it, but and until next time, be safe, everybody.
Thank you, guys.